I think we know how to wake you up properly on this Monday morning. Please welcome the Property Brothers. Drew and Jonathan Scott. How you doing, buddy? We do it the Hollywood way. So good to see you guys.
Always nice to see you.
I saw you everywhere over TIFF. I don't know how you do it. You must be on, I don't know, vitamin C or something.
And we multiply each other so we can hit every party every night. There are actually 16 of us now.
Yes.
I'm actually sleepwalking right now.
You're close.
You're the only person I get up this early for.
Aw, and I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming to the Producers Ball as well. It was a fun event.
It was a great event. You know, every year you guys do this, and what I love about it is that you focus on the people who actually really put the television industry together.
Exactly.
All the people behind the scenes. I mean, we just kind of hang out and smile and laugh. There are people doing real work around here, so that's what's amazing about the
party. It's all about the producers.
It's all
you
about
now
the
have job
producers.
security from these folks in the room for the
That's
next.
right. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about selling the house. So many people are into real estate, and we're going to talk about selling your house in the off season. So first, maybe explain what is the off season, and then what do we need to do?
Prime real estate time is spring, and then also fall is a secondary when the kids are going back to school. A lot of families want to get into the new homes. Winter is the hardest time to sell your house, and then aside from winter, it's also pretty difficult in the summer because everyone's away.
Oh, that's right. Everyone's all lazy in the summer, right?
Yeah. So if you're selling in the winter, you have to really maximize everything about the house because you don't have a hot market. It's not a hot time, so you're not going to just, people aren't going to come throw money at you for the house.
Yeah, but they will in the fall and the spring, won't they?
Sometimes.
That's why you actually see houses do sell. You could take the same house and you could list it in the winter and you wouldn't get as much money as you would in the spring because it's all simple economics. The more people who are looking to buy, the better a price you're going to get.
Okay, good stuff. So the first tip you say is to start outside. Look at your home through their eyes. People are very picky, and they want to be thrilled when they drive up to your home.
Exactly, but everybody thinks their house is the nicest house on the block,
Right.
and you have to take the emotion out of it and look at it realistically. Look at it through the eyes of the buyers because that's how you're going to see what they would want in the home. The peeling paint on the side of your wall, like you see in the picture here, all the leaves everywhere, the shrubs aren't exactly trimmed. If it looks sloppy, then that's the first impression people get.
I thought that was an example of how your house should look.
Yeah. This was a beautiful house. This was a Property Brothers house. This is the before shot. We did a lot of work on it, but it's the same. You just make things look clean. A lot of it doesn't even cost any money. Just get in there, trim hedges, clean things up, scrub it down. It's the same with manscaping. You want to make sure that it just looks good, and then you have a much better result.
Really important.
Clean it up, scrub it up, scrub it down. You're absolutely right. Okay, every room in the house, you say, should have a feature. So are we talking about something really big and bold? Are we talking about something very simple?
It can be anything. So, for example, in a living room, maybe the feature is the fireplace. In the kitchen, you know, you can say, well, here you see we've got this bold royal blue color that's really making an impact in the dining room. So every room, it can be something from a light fixture to an appliance in the kitchen.
Doesn't have to be expensive. In the kitchen, the appliances are one of the big ticket items, which is great, but it can also be your backsplash. You could have two-tone cabinets where your island is a different color cabinet, and that doesn't cost you anything extra. Little difference can make a huge design difference in the eyes of buyers.
You'll notice I also address a lot with candy in the kitchen, or like, you know, crackers, biscuit, things like that. I love putting food, cheese, things like that.
Buyers are hungry.
Buyers will walk in and they're not sure if they should take it or if they should just look at it.
Is it decor
Can they
or is
take
it for
it?
me?
I
Some
know,
people
like,
do.
if they reach out, I'm every open house we do, I'm hidden in a cabinet, and if they reach for it, I just
I've
get
actually,
out of there.
I've done an open house, and people came through, and I had a bowl of apples, and I literally had an apple with a bite out of it, and they put it back.
They put it back and they hit the bite.
I'm like, really?
What's
Who does
wrong
that?
with you people?
You bite it, you buy it.
It was me. I did it.
I would get slapped because I would reach for the candy. If you put the candy out, I'm eating the candy. Let's put it that way. Absolutely. And
learned
I'll
a lot
also
about
buy
you
your
today.
house. Staging. What do you think of staging? Important or not? Do you need
Oh,
it?
it is so important. A lot of people think staging isn't really adding value because it's not a hard renovation, so you're not adding value to the home. But in the eyes of a buyer, you are adding value. If they can picture themselves living in this space, they will pay you thousands more. I mean, I've taken houses that have been on the market for quite some time, a year, not selling, and literally all we did was paint and stage, and we were able to get the price they've been asking for all that time in a day. It makes such a huge difference in the eyes of the buyers.
That was just bragging.
Yeah. No big deal. So who wants me to sell their house? Anybody?
Okay, so when we talk about staging, though, you're not just talking about moving furniture around. I mean, staging can actually involve a lot. You can be putting a whole bunch of stuff in that room and storage, right? Because you edit, taking down all your personal photos.
Yeah.
What do you look for when it comes to staging?
I need to have you on my team. It sounds like you know exactly how to do this.
You're much prettier than he is, so I'd rather switch you to be the new property sister. You want to declutter, you want to depersonalize, because just having bulky furniture pieces or too many furniture pieces can make a room feel small.
Yeah.
And then it's also the color and the brightness. So you want to have a nice light neutral color in the walls, punch up some pops of color in the decor, and then make sure the room is well illuminated.
Be a little bold.
Lighting.
You don't have to go over the top with stripes and polka dots and whatever you want to have on your walls. Just a little bit of bold is a good thing because then it shows personality.
Oh,
Keep
very
the stripes
nice.
and
Speaking
polka
of
dots to
personality.
your socks. That's what we.
Ooh, he's a wild man, everybody. He's a wild man. Look at you. Okay, minor improvements can bring a big return, which is, you sort of mentioned this a little bit.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. A lot of people that are selling their homes, they think, I'm going to do this big feature in the kitchen, but there's some holes in their wall or there's some loose tiles or something like that. Buyers are going to ignore that. They'll ignore that because they see the beautiful kitchen. That's not the case.
No.
Every little thing stands out more than a beautiful feature, so you need to fix the small stuff.
Nothing is more annoying than doing this beautiful reno, and then you still have those cream-colored switch plates and maybe the old brass knobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a reno, everything you see, especially if you're going to sell, everything should be new. Otherwise, those little things add up, and then a buyer just washes their hands with it.
And that leads into our last point as well about knowing what buyers want in a community. If you put in all these big features that you spend a lot of money on, but buyers in that area are not willing to pay you for that sort of stuff. For example, a first-time home buyer community, we use this example all the time. If you pay for these expensive stone countertops, a lot of times buyers will not pay you back for that because all they want as first-time home buyers are countertops.
Yeah.
So you have to
They
know
don't
your
care what it's
neighborhood.
They don't care.
Yeah.
And they don't want a pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Pools-
necessarily. I mean, if you're looking for it, that's one thing. But for the most part, you look at a pool and you think maintenance.
Yeah, that's
Maintenance,
exactly it.
safety
And
hazards
safety for
sometimes.
kids.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
If you're about to sell your house, the last thing you want to do is put in a pool, even if it's a pool community, because you will never get that money back right away with that feature going in.
Really good tips. I mean, if you can, you probably want to stay away from selling your house in the off season, but sometimes we don't have a choice, right?
Well, that's the thing. It depends on the people, and that's why on Property Brothers and Buying and Selling, we're always educating people on, the process of when to buy or when to sell, and then also when, if you have to, how to maximize. And we have new episodes of Property Brothers on W Network on the 29th start coming out. So if you want to see some new inspiration, steal our ideas. I want you guys to take everything that Jonathan does with our designs and put them in your house. It'll help you sell.
I love your makeovers, and I love the way you do them on the show. Like, you just can't wait to see the graphic design, what it comes up with. It's incredible. So thank you so much. Hardest working twins, maybe the only twins in the industry. You guys are awesome.